Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. How are you all? I hope you are in a good condition in pandemic situation. Well, for this meeting, we talk about assessment in our subject philosophy of TEFL. So, what is assessment according to you? Assessment, it is derived from the word of assess. Okay, as we can see in this picture, assessment in the middle position, the lowest one it is a test, the smallest one, and then the highest one is teaching. It means that teaching, assessment, and test, they have a great relationship, right? Now let's see. Assessment is one component of teaching and activities. It means to indicate that assessment is an activities of teaching. By doing assessment, teacher can hopefully gain information about every aspect of their students, especially their achievement. An aspect that plays crucial role in assessment is tests. It means that it is a crucial one. The crucial role of assignment is a test. A good test is constructed by considering the principles of language assessment. So I hope you know the concept of assessment. It means that assessment and test, it is quite different things, different terms, and different definition, different purpose. In assessment consists of some principles. There are 6 principles. They are practically, validity, reliability, authenticity, washback or backwash. So it means that in making assessment, we need to see these principles. Well, now we discuss the first principle, practically. Practically can be simply defined as relationship between available resources for the test. Example, human resources, material resources, time, etc. And resources which will be required in the design, development, and the use of tests. So it is the first principle of assignment, practically. You can see here, practically it is available for required resources. It practically higher or equal 1. The test, development, and use is practically. It practically less than 1. The test, development, and use is not practically. So according to Brown 2004 defines practically is in terms of cost, time, administration, and scoring or evaluation. Now we discuss about the costs. The test should not too expensive to conduct. The cost for the test has to stay within the budget. Avoid conducting a test that requires excessively budget. Right now we have a Google Form. It is not expensive. It is really cheap to conduct, right? What do you think if a teacher conduct an ulangan harian for one class consisting 30 students in SMP level that spends around 500,000? Okay, for every students, is it practical in terms of cost? I don't think so, right? So we need to see the practical point of view, and then let's see the time. The test should stay within appropriate time constraint. The test should not be too long or too short. Okay, what do you think if a teacher wants to conduct a test of language proficiency like TEFL, that it will take a students 10 hours to complete. Is it practical in terms of time? And let's see, in administrations, the test should not be too complicated or complex to conduct. The test should be quite simple to administrator. What do you think if a teacher in remote area with her students know nothing about computer conducts a test which requires the test takers to at least know how to interact with the computer in order to be able to complete the test? Is it practical in terms of administration, scoring, or evaluations? The scoring or evaluations process should fit into the time allocation. A test should be contained with scoring rubrics, key answers, and so on to make it easy to score or to evaluate. What do you think if a teacher conduct a test that it will take students a couple minutes to complete and take the teacher several hours to score or evaluate? Is it practical in terms of scoring evaluation? I don't think so. Right. For right now, we have a Google form, and then we can give the point for one question, and after submitting the answer sheet, the student can see the score directly in short time. Now let's see validity. Validity of a test is the extent to which it exactly measures what it is supposed to measure. A test must aim to provide a true measure of the particular skill which it is intended to measure, not to extend that it measure extend knowledge and other skills at the same time. It means that we measure what you have already teach. You measure the student's competence based on what you have already taught. For example, if a student is given reading test about the metamorphosis of a butterfly, a valid test will measure the reading ability such as identifying general or specific information of the text, not his or her prior knowledge about biology, about the metamorphosis of butterfly. The test should make the students rely on his or her reading ability to complete the test. Brown proposed 5 ways to establish validity. They are content validity, criterion validity, construct validity, consequential validity, and phase validity. Content validity, the correlation between the content of the test and the language skill, structures, etc., with which it is meant to be measured, has to be crystal clear. The test item should really represent the course objectives. What do you think if a listening test requires students to read passages to complete instead requiring students to listening attentively? Does the test have a content validity? Criterion validity. This kind of validity emphasizes on relationship between the test score and the outcome. The test score should really represent the criterion that it is intended to measure the test. Criterion validity can be established through 2 ways. One, concurrent validity, and predictive validity. Construct validity refers to concepts or theories which are underlying the usage of certain ability, including language ability. Construct validity show the result of the test really represent the same construct which the ability of the students which is being measured. It is a construct validity. And then consequential validity. Consequential validity to refer to the social consequences of using a particular test for a particular purpose. The use of a test is said to have consequentially validity to the extent that society benefits from the use of the test. It is consequentially validity. So this is the next principles. It is face validity. A test is said to have face validity if it looks to other testers, teachers, moderators, and students as if it is measure what it is supposed to measure. In speaking tests, for instance, face validity can be shown by speaking activities as the main activities in the test. The test should focus on student activities in speaking, not anything else. It is face validity, right? The test can be judged to have face validity by simply look at the items of the test. Note that the face validity can affect students in doing the test. To overcome this, the test constructor has to consider this. And students will be more confident if they face a well-constructed, expected format and with a familiar task. Students will be less anxious in the test is clearly doable within the allotted time limit. Students will be optimistic if the items are clear and uncomplicated or simple. Students will find it easy to the test if the directions are very clear. Students will be less worried if the tasks are related to their coursework or content validity. Students will be at ease if the difficulty levels presents a reasonable challenge. So it is reliability. Reliability refers to the consistency of the scores obtained. It means that the first test and the second test, the score are same. Here is the example of reliability. Okay, reliability falls into four kinds. One, students related reliability, writer reliability, test administration reliability, and test reliability. Students related reliability. This kind of reliability refers to temporary illness, fatigue, a bad day, anxiety, and other psychological factors. Writer reliability deals with the scoring process. Okay, this kind of reliability fall into two categories. First, inter-writer and intra-writer reliability. Test administration reliability concerned with the condition and situation. To increase the degree of this kind of reliability test, teachers as administrators. And then, for instance, if we want to conduct a listening test, we should provide a room which is very comfortable to listening. Test reliability refers to the test itself. It means that the test should not be long or too short. The items of the test should be crystal clear, that it will not end with ambiguity. So, authenticity deals with the real world. Authenticity is the degree of correspondence to the characteristics. Teachers should construct a test with the test items. Brown also proposes consideration but might be helpful to the authentic in a test. We can see the example of this. Washback. The term washback is commonly used to applied linguistics. It is rarely found in the dictionaries. However, the backwash can be found in a certain dictionaries, defined as an effect that is not direct result of something. In dealing with principles of language assessment, these two words somehow can be interchangeable: washback and backwash. I hope you can read this and you can see this negative washback, and this is the reference of this material. And especially for the principles of assignment, I hope you can play it again and again and try to understand the materials. If you have a question, you can ask in the stream of our Google Classroom or in YouTube. Okay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. Goodbye, see you next time. Stay healthy. Thanks.